afternoon. I am going to be reading for you A Christmas Wish by Lori Evert. Basically, it's about being brave, being kind, and you have to believe. This is a story of Anya, both brave and kind, who sets out on an adventure to make her dream of helping Santa Clauses come true. Who will help her? All the animals she meets, from a bright cardinal to a strong horse to a gentle polar bear. And here is Anya. Long, long ago, in a place so far north that the mothers never packed away the wool hats or mittens, lived a sweet little girl named Anya, whose greatest dream was to become one of Santa's elves. One year, as the days grew shorter and the snow had fallen for weeks without a rest, Anya decided it was time to look for Santa Claus. Before she left, she remembered the kind old woman who lived down the lane. She had no children or grandchildren of her own, so Anya wanted to help her get ready for Christmas. As the old woman napped, Anya caught her naughty cat for her and decorated the gingerbread house they had baked together the day before. She swept out her sauna. Can you imagine that, having a sauna? I wish I had one. Then Anya delivered gifts to her friends and family with a note saying she would visit them whenever her busy job with Santa would permit. Anya was well prepared for her journey. She watched the sky at night, observing the position of the North Star, and she memorized the great map on the schoolroom wall. See? There she is looking at the North Star. Still, as she tied on her skis and began to glide away into the forest, Anya started to worry. What if I get lost? She wondered aloud. I can help you, sang a tiny voice. Startled, Anya looked back to see who had spoken. Up here, said the voice, and a bright red bird swooped down and landed on her ski pole. Anya explained her wish to find Santa Claus at the North Pole. But now I wonder if I am foolish, she said. Not when you have the right friends, the bird answered. If you trust me, I can help you. But we must hurry. The days are short and Christmas is very near. See, there's Anya out on her ski pole. And her skis. Brave young lady. So Anya skied after the patient bird, who led slowly so the child could make her way through the deep snow. We don't have any snow here yet, but we will eventually get some. When they came to a mountainside, Anya flew so fast over the sparkling powder that the bird could barely keep up with her. Evening fell as they approached a mountain pass. The sky came alive with the dancing colors of the northern lights. They stood spellbound for hours and fell asleep, the horse standing strong and solid with Anya lying across his warm back. See the northern lights? If you go up to Alaska, you can see them. Anya was sad when she awoke and remembered that the horse would have to leave her. but she knew that his people would be worried about him. Later, as they approached a gleaming icefall, the horse whined loudly 3 times, and from a hole in the ice appeared the oddest looking creature Anya had ever seen. Look at the odd creature. See? The musk ox spoke softly and slowly. The cardinal asked me to escort you under the glacier to the tundra, she said. Then she turned and walked back into the dark cave. Follow her now, the horse told Anya. She is shy, but she is trustworthy. He saw that Anya was sad to leave him, so he said, when you are Santa's elf, you can visit me whenever you wish. But hurry now, Christmas is very near. Anya took off her skis and bravely joined the plodding ox. The cave was dark as night as Anya followed the ox forward, and luminous blue as they climbed up a trail of ice and stones. When they emerged, Anya saw a tremendous fur blanket lying on the ground in front of her. Just as she was ready to collapse into its warm folds, it shifted. It rose. It wasn't a blanket. It was an enormous bear, just like the ones in the tales her father told around the fire. See how big the bear is? After Anya had thanked the musk ox for her help, the bear spoke. I have come to take you north over the tundra, he said in a deep, soothing voice. Maybe I need to make my voice a little bit deeper. You may ski or ride as you wish, but we must hurry. Christmas is coming soon. When they stopped for a rest, Anya found a small book in her pocket. In the day's last light, she read a story to the bear about a troll and 3 silly little goats. The next day was bright again. Anya skied, then rode on the bear's back a while. He was great company. They sang songs and made each other laugh. That sounds like a whole bunch of fun, doesn't it? They reached their destination early. Anya had no idea how the bear could tell their spot from any other, but he told her they would be meeting a friend at this exact place. Since we have the time, let's take another rest, he said. Anya curled up into the bear's softness and slept without a dream. She was so tired and so exhausted. They awoke to a jingling, jangling sound. Sleigh bells. Anya and the bear looked up. A reindeer landed right in front of them. I'm so glad I found you, the reindeer said. We must run, for I am too tired to fly. Anya felt sorry for him. He looked exhausted. See the big reindeer? As she took his harness off, she remembered an apple she had brought and offered it to him. You know what? And that is called sharing. The reindeer thanked her as he happily ate the apple. Anya hugged the bear goodbye, and then she put on her skis and set forth with her new friend. At first, Anya tried to ski behind the reindeer, but he was much too fast. So Anya asked him to tow her. It was as close to flying she has ever been. Anya skied that way for many miles. Just as she began to worry that she could not hang on any longer, the reindeer called, Hold tight. Sometimes these pages are a little bit difficult to turn. In a flash, they were soaring through the sky. Anya watched as the ice gave way to the ocean she had seen on the schoolroom map. She saw eagles, whales, and giant icebergs that reminded her of the rock candy she made with her mother. Finally, they landed in a lovely clearing surrounded by trees cloaked in snow. Then Anya's wish came true. Santa Claus appeared. He lifted Anya to his knee. "Welcome, Anya," he said. "I have been waiting for you. You are an extraordinary little girl. While there are many children who wish to be one of Santa's elves, you are the first to have come this far, and you are already my most important helper. You bring kindness and joy to those around you all year long. Thank you. Now, may I ask you for a favor?" he added with a smile. "Will you help me drive my sleigh?" Can you imagine that? Helping Santa drive his sleigh. Oh, what I wouldn't give to be there. Anya was thrilled to give the command, "Fly," and see off they took, soaring over the trees. It was very early Christmas morning when they landed near Anya's home. "Before I leave," Santa said, "I'd like to give you a very special gift. This is a magical bell. If you ever need help, ring this bell 3 times." And see how he gave her the bell? A special bell. Again, with these sticky little pages. But the story is so good, it's worth it. Santa Claus kissed her on the cheek, and the next thing she knew, she was in her bed. Anya sat up and looked out the window and into the frosty morning. There was no sleigh, no reindeer, no tracks in the snow. But she did have the bell, and she held the bell closely. And then she wondered aloud, was it all a dream? And my question to you is, what do you think? I appreciate you listening to me. I hope you enjoyed this story. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas.